Hello Cobra Kai fans, welcome back to Explainverse, where we break down the most thrilling stories from the Cobra Kai universe. Today, we're spotlighting the remarkable journey of Miguel Diaz, one of the most beloved characters in the series. From his humble beginnings to his defining moments, this video is dedicated to every Miguel fan out there. So sit tight and watch until the end because you won't want to miss a thing. And before we jump in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Miguel's story begins in Season 1, Episode 1, when he moves into Johnny Lawrence's apartment complex with his mom, Carmen, and grandmother, Yaya. He's a quiet, respectful kid just trying to adjust to his new surroundings. But right from the start, life isn't easy. He's bullied at school, often feeling out of place, and he's trying to find his way without a father figure around. One of Miguel's first big turning points comes when he's harassed by a group of bullies at a local strip mall. Johnny steps in, taking on the bullies in classic 80s fashion, and this moment has a huge impact on Miguel. Johnny becomes his idol, and Miguel's admiration for him only grows. So, he decides to ask Johnny for help learning to defend himself. At first, Johnny isn't interested, but he eventually agrees, and Miguel becomes his first student in the newly reopened Cobra Kai dojo. Miguel's training with Johnny is rough, intense, and unfiltered. Johnny's old-school Cobra Kai methods teach Miguel to toughen up and give him a confidence boost that changes his life. He starts to transform from a timid kid to a fierce, determined fighter. As Miguel gains confidence, he catches the eye of his high school classmates, including Sam LaRusso, the daughter of Johnny's old rival, Daniel LaRusso. Their romance begins, and for a while it seems like Miguel is finding a balance between his personal life and his growing passion for karate. However, things get complicated fast. Miguel's newfound strength and confidence also come with a dark side. He starts to become more aggressive, sometimes losing control in fights. Meanwhile, Miguel's relationship with Sam gets tangled up in the ongoing rivalry between Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do. Robbie Keene, Johnny's estranged son, also begins to train under Daniel at Miyagi-Do. This adds fuel to the fire, as Miguel and Robbie are now both rivals in karate and in love. The tension between them reaches its peak in the Season 2 finale, during a brutal school fight that changes everything. Miguel's intense rivalry with Robbie is put to the ultimate test in that fight. He initially dominates but ultimately shows mercy, demonstrating growth in his character. Tragically, Robbie doesn't return the favor and ends up injuring Miguel severely. This fight leaves Miguel hospitalized and paralyzed, creating one of the series' most heart-wrenching cliffhangers. Season 3 opens with Miguel in a hospital bed, facing an uncertain future. This injury marks a massive shift in Miguel's journey. He's no longer just a rising karate star. Now he has to fight his way back to health, learn to walk again, and overcome the trauma of that fall. Miguel's determination to recover and Johnny's unwavering support create some of the most emotional scenes in the series. Johnny becomes like a father to him, guiding him through painful physical therapy and reminding him to never give up. In Season 4, Miguel Diaz sets a goal to win the All-Valley tournament. He learns Johnny's offensive style and Miyagi-Do's defensive techniques, becoming a stronger fighter. His life also takes a turn when he learns about Johnny and Carmen's relationship, but he understands and is happy for them. He looks up to Johnny as a father figure. However, when he hears a drunk Johnny say that he loves Robbie more than him, Miguel feels heartbroken and realizes he wants to find his own father. In the tournament, Miguel reaches the semifinals where he faces Hawk. During the match, he pulls a back muscle, causing the match to be delayed. Later, he realizes that Johnny is more focused on winning the tournament than on his well-being. Disappointed, Miguel decides to step away from the tournament and set out to find his father instead. In Season 5, Miguel's life takes another surprising turn when he discovers that his biological father is living in Mexico. Confused and feeling lost, he sets off on a journey to reconnect with his roots and find his father. This trip becomes a journey of self-discovery for Miguel. While his hopes are high, he quickly learns that his father isn't the person he had idealized. Despite the disappointment, Miguel returns home stronger, with a clearer understanding of who he is. Back in the valley, Miguel faces new challenges. His rivalry with Robbie is far from over, but over time, they begin to find common ground. This reconciliation is a huge moment in Miguel's growth. It shows that he's learning to move beyond grudges and channel his energy positively. Meanwhile, Miguel's relationship with Sam also takes some twists and turns. They break up, make up, and break up again, often struggling to balance their personal issues with the pressures of Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do. Through it all, Miguel becomes more introspective, understanding that his happiness isn't dependent on others' approval or validation. By season 6, Miguel is a seasoned fighter with a sense of maturity and a unique understanding of karate, combining elements of both Cobra Kai's aggression and Miyagi-Do's balance. He's training harder than ever for the Sekai Taikai World Tournament, an international martial arts competition that could change everything for him and his dojo. But even with his newfound skills, Miguel faces setbacks. He loses his match against Robbie, breaking his undefeated streak. This loss stings, but it also humbles him, showing him the importance of perseverance even in the face of failure. In Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 2, the stakes are higher than ever as Miyagi-Do faces its greatest challenge yet in the Sekai Taikai tournament. Amidst this intense battle, only one student rises above the rest, Miguel Diaz. He not only delivers a stellar performance but also emerges as the emotional backbone of the team, inspiring his fellow fighters, especially Robbie, to overcome their personal struggles. However, Miguel's journey takes an unexpected turn when a new rival enters the picture. Thanks to Sam's storyline, AXEL becomes Miguel's next big adversary, a fierce competitor who is determined to bring him down. Their rivalry sets the stage for an epic showdown that will test Miguel's skills, determination, and heart like never before. Robbie and AXEL will have their fight as scheduled, resuming from the same points accumulated before the tournament was interrupted. AXEL, slightly distracted by the events of the previous tournament, begins to lose focus and skill. This is when Robbie takes full advantage, showing why he is the captain of Miyagi-Do. Robbie scores several points in a row, dominating most of the fight. However, Sensei Wolf, furious with AXEL, scolds him and pushes him to unleash his full potential. From this moment, the fight becomes more intense and evenly matched. But at a critical point, Robbie kicks AXEL. Completely consumed by rage, AXEL retaliates, throwing Robbie to the ground and stomping on his leg. This brutal move ends up breaking Robbie's knee, leaving him on crutches for the rest of the tournament. Despite Robbie's tragic injury, which is classified as an accident and not an illegal move, Miguel and AXEL proceed to the final without any complications. Now, this is where the most important battle in Cobra Kai history begins. Miguel starts off with an even match against AXEL, who is visibly tired from his fight with Robbie and regretful about the events of the previous tournament. In a dramatic twist, AXEL taps into his fury again, delivering powerful and damaging moves. Miguel is almost knocked out, forcing the fight to pause as Miguel consults Johnny and Daniel. This sets up one of the best scenes of the series. According to the script, Miguel approaches Johnny and Daniel, who are visibly worried as they notice the panic and fear on Miguel's face. Miguel admits, "I can't even touch him, he's too strong, almost like he's made of vibranium or something." Johnny, confused, asks, "What the heck is that?" Miguel quickly explains, but realizing his sensei isn't a fan of pop culture, he simplifies it, saying it's basically the strongest metal on Earth. Miguel then adds, "He's basically the Terminator." Johnny sarcastically replies, "I already knew that." Miguel then asks, "Do you feel that?" Johnny responds, "Fear doesn't exist in Cobra Kai. Show him who you are. Remember what you've trained for. Show him who's the best." Miguel taps into his full potential, going into beast mode. He becomes unstoppable, driven not only by the will to win but by something deeper: justice. AXEL had injured Robbie earlier, and Miguel knows that if he doesn't defeat AXEL, Terry Silver's legacy could triumph. Miguel anticipates AXEL's every move, even countering the same dirty technique AXEL used to take out Robbie. This time, Miguel is prepared. He fights with skill, strategy, and unrelenting determination. In the end, Miguel delivers a decisive victory, clinching the boys' division of the Sekai Taikai. But if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join our growing YouTube family, and as always, Cobra Kai never dies.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I breathe.